Crews are delicately clearing out what's left of the FIU footbridge as the recovery mission ramps up.
Now, 6 people are dead, and sadly, that number is expected to rise.
An investigation is underway and charges could be filed. A 15-member team from the NTSB is determined to find the cause.
Now, the deputy mayor of Sweetwater says he heard a stress test was underway when the bridge collapsed, but that still needs to be confirmed. The bridge crashed down onto a state road. That road will be closed permanently. And the companies involved in the construction were fined for safety violations in the past.
10 News reporter Jennifer Titus has been in Sweetwater all day today. And Jen, there is nothing simple about going through this debris and getting answers about what went wrong.
Nothing simple at all, Allison. Just the process of recovering the vehicles and the victims is slow. And tonight there are still some trapped under the collapsed bridge. That collapsed bridge right there behind me. Highway Patrol troopers tell me this stretch of the Tamiami Trail will be closed indefinitely. So many of you have reached out wanting to know how this could happen, what went wrong. I took your questions to an engineer here in the Miami area who has been doing this for the past 20 years. A horrific scene. A bridge collapsed on a busy Miami highway left engineer Greg Batista in complete disbelief.
These kinds of things are supposed to happen. You've got built-in safeties into the process itself of not only design and inspection, but also of the construction.
The Florida International Pedestrian Bridge was being labeled as a first of its kind. The university promoted it as a bridge built by a new method that was supposed to be faster, cheaper, and less risky. It was put in place just last Saturday, and it appears cables suspending the bridge were being tightened after a stress test.
The big red flag is, why was somebody conducting a test? Because the name test in of itself implies that there may be some sort of failure. So my big question is, why was there a test done when they were allowing traffic and pedestrians and the public to go underneath this bridge?
But Batista says that's not even his biggest concern.
Second of all, and I think maybe even more important, is that when you design a bridge, when you have different professionals looking at this, and there is a protocol as far as the testing, there's got to be a professional in place that put that protocol together.
Batista says right now it's critical for investigators to find out what happened, and if somebody failed in the process, they should be held fully responsible.
Because at the end of the day, us as engineers are held to a very high standard in protecting the public, and that's one of the oaths that we took, and we take that very seriously. And when a tragedy like this happens, it hurts me, it hurts the profession.
And back out here live, some of you have also asked about this. In the final rendition of the bridge, you see cables on top. And in the video of the devastation to what happened yesterday, Batista says he did not see that. He says that ultimately would have been what supported the bridge. The police chief here also saying tonight that he is not ruling out criminal charges if it does show that somebody did mess up here. For now, we're live in Sweetwater. Jennifer Titus, 10 News.
FIG Bridge engineers designed this bridge for another company, MCM. Now, FIG tells us they will, quote, will fully cooperate with every appropriate authority in reviewing what happened and why. They also say that this is an unprecedented event. No other bridge designed by FIG Bridge engineers has ever experienced such a collapse. This pedestrian bridge collapse is truly tragic. The focus right now is on the first responders' recovery operations. Multiple agencies have already begun an intensive review to determine what caused the collapse, and we will work closely with all appropriate authorities in this effort. Now, both firms have been accused of unsafe practices in the past. MCM was sued in South Florida by a TSA employee hurt at the Fort Lauderdale airport. The employee's lawyer alleges a makeshift bridge MCM built for workers to use while the company does construction at the airport broke under his weight. As for FIG, a 90-ton portion of the bridge the company was assembling in Virginia in 2012 fell apart while under construction. The Virginia pilot reports 4 workers were hurt and that state regulators fined FIG $28,000 for safety violations, saying it was pure luck that no one was killed.